This video will take you through a standard chart conversion, show you how to use this free web app to convert a variance-based chart into a go-forward view. You could use this for a lunch and learn on your own time if you have a chart that you would like to see in a different format. But it's primarily designed to sit down as a group, bring a few charts and tables, and work them out in a lunch and learn. So you go to goforward.dayonemodel.com. Now you have some tabs on how to use this tool. You shouldn't need that if you have this video. What we're going to do is take this chart and convert it to this go forward view. So to get started, you take your chart and you recreate it. It's easier to do it in Excel because then you can just copy and paste that into the app. So you're looking at recreating your historical. You only have to really go back 5 or 6 weeks. Go back as far as you want. So you take it until the status date. You can correlate these numbers. So 500, 2600, this is lineal feet of pipe. You can see that 500 here. Next period will be 2600. And you don't have to be precise here. This is an order of magnitude idea of what that chart looks like. And now, if you have a chart, we'll show you how to do a table, but you're going to leverage that plan profile. It could be 1,000, 10,000 activities. When they are rolled up into this chart, they create this profile. You can see there's a holiday here where the site is shut down, comes back up, and then it ramps down, and there's your completion. And so by doing that, you're going to leverage, you see that 0 day here, all the way through to the end. And you'll leverage this profile. And we'll explain what that does in just a second. So now you have your historical profile and your future profile. You also need a budget. If you don't have one, you can just use the percent completes and back into it. Hopefully you can find a budget, but you need what's remaining. So what's important is what is in front of the status date. So you can reload example, and it's going to take you to that. It's going to load all that exact chart data into this model. You can see that 500 up to the status date, and then the completion. You can copy and paste into this from Excel. So you need your start date, your status date, the plan completion, and what's remaining to be earned. Now, what the app does is it's arithmetic where it takes the remaining profile, it sums up these bars. It then stretches those bars up or down to equal what's remaining. So you're leveraging that same profile, but you're showing an accurate picture of what these plan bars mean, because if you're behind plan, the sum of these bars is no longer what's remaining, it's a lesser value. So you need to expand that to where you have a whole picture of what's required in front of the status date. Once you have everything populated, you can title the chart what you want. It says doesn't have a bearing on the calculation, unit of measure. You execute redistribution, and now you can see the profile of the actuals. This is exact. And now in front of the status date, the sum of these bars is equal to your remaining. So you can see instantly your rolling average, 2,500 lineal feet of pipe per week, and what's required to meet the plan. So no longer a variance to a plan. The plan is still there. That plan is that date you need to finish by. But instead of looking at it in a variance and backwards, you're looking at it forward and understanding what needs to be achieved, 6,200 lineal feet of pipe per week to meet that plan date. You need to more than double your current production to meet that plan. So now what if you don't have that? What if you don't have the plan? You just have a data table. A lot of our reporting is full of these data tables. They're not contextualized to the plan. And so they're very of limited value until you can use this app and get them into a go forward basis. So we're going to look at cable pulls. You have a start date. We'll just go back 6 weeks. So we got the weekly report for that had this quantity, and we went back 6 weeks and logged those values, your week ending quantity up to your status date in your last 6 periods, what's remaining, and what the plan completion is. So we take this data, you can copy it, go into the app, clear what was in there. So now you have your data date start. So you input the start of the data, which is January 9th, 2026. Input the status date, February 13th, 2026. And what that plan completion was, June 19th, 2026. Your remaining budget was 7,114, and we're looking at cable pulls each. Unit of measure each cable pulls. So you paste that data right here in your 6 historical periods. Now you see there's nothing in the future because you don't have that profile. So you can just fill flat. Now the app will just increase that to equal your remaining budget, and you're good to go. So execute redistribution. And so now instead of a data table that you're looking at every week, wondering, okay, you're 35.6% complete. That's great. This is what we did this week. It's just kind of hard to act on and to understand. You simply take that, you contextualize it to time, and in time phase the remaining data, and you can see you need to quadruple your production on cable pulls to meet your plan date. So this is extremely valuable. It will go a long way in helping you understand what's going on with your project. The day one model has intelligent redistribution. You can see a deterministic forecast. You carry that forward. You can see you would be 119 days late. You need a 2.3x your current production. And you get a lot of data from what you plan to do. Your plan max is 27. Now you have to do 43. And you can do what ifs, changing the slider. You can change scenarios, instantly work in different scenarios that you would like to see. Filter by your main work, your key areas and units and startups, loadouts. And then you see what's critical on your project sorted by criticality. In the case of loop checks, they haven't started yet, so you don't have historical data to go off of. What we do is we take that planned max of 25. So you thought you would have to do 25 loop checks per week. You now have to do 39 because you've crunched that start date or pulled the finish date, or your quantities have grown, but now you just have more to do to meet your plan. When you forecast out using that original max, your best forecasting lever until you get some historical data, you can see you might be 112 days late. It's an excellent tool for communication. I hope you enjoy this Go Forward redistribution app. And I hope it gives clarity to your project. And if you find value in that fluidity and redistribution in front of the status date at scale in those scenarios, reach out to Day One Model. We'd love to talk to you and implement this on your project.